See, the problem with society is very, very simplistic, but you guys make it very, very complicated because you don't want to admit to it. You don't want to adhere to it. You don't want to heed the reasons behind it, and you sure as hell don't want to decipher it because it's too busy making them money. And if they're female, I know I'm a female, but I'm speaking on that specifically for a reason. Because if they're female, that means that they automatically have the card they call the vagina card, which is kind of funny because that just means that you men, sorry if I'm upsetting y'all, but I'm not really sorry in actuality, because if you're that weak, the vagina controls you. You obviously don't know what it takes to be a man in the first place. That means that you're practicing and engaging through a boy mentality, and you're not the type of man that us women actually need. See, you think that women are insecure if they don't abide by statistical, societal fragments of information. What do you say? What do you mean? What is that statement evolving to? Your evolvement of what you think and comprehend through it is your responsibility. Like, I can't, I could think for you, but that would incorporate the fact that you allow me into your brain, and I don't infiltrate your brain unless there's absolutely a reason to, like, for instance, preventing you from suicide or preventing you from killing another person. See, that's when I desire to infiltrate your brain, is to stop you from doing that. When in all reality, the only reason that you're potentially doing that is because somebody actually infiltrated your brain without permission, and they're cognating that you have no control over it. So they're cognating your inability to control your thoughts, your thinking, and your deciphering of what your life is worth and what it is going to amount to. They cognate that you have no control over yourself. Okay, let's go back. Let's regurgitate that. Y'all are weak. Psychologically, you're weak. You let somebody infiltrate you. A lot of the emotions of which you go through, if there's absolutely no freaking fathomizing of your emotional instability in that moment, if you're not experiencing loss, grief, or abandonment, or procurement of the lack of time investment with somebody into you, see, a lot of the individuals that don't like you or feel that you're competition or feel that you're in their way and believe you're winning, they will inflict certain things upon you because they believe their mind is strong enough too. Who and who does these kinds of things? Weak minds. They call themselves strong because they can do it. No, they're weak because they thought upon it and did it without any acknowledgement that everything you do comes back to you. Everything you do comes back to you. That being said, I'm going to make this real short and sweet really quickly because I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to enjoy doing something that I really rarely ever do because I don't really invest in myself and just enjoying myself because I'm too busy fucking working. But being that you guys have, after me giving everything through stimulus checks, of which was my net worth of my life's worth earnings, that wasn't good enough. What I gave you guys, it just apparently created into you entitled, selfish brats who believe, hey, you know what, they're giving this to me, it's free, therefore I want more. Give, 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 give to me. The only person who wants more, 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 more free is typically, not always, but typically the person who believes they can get anything for free and it doesn't come from anywhere. It's just random free money and nobody ends up paying the bill. As the individual who spent their life savings to make sure the world economy actually stabilized itself. See, you think it's funny what I say, but I have yet to see any of you motherfuckers put 900 trillion plus into this country, United States alone, to infiltrate the ability to continue world trade to the standpoint of not letting it collapse like the Soviet Union did. But you want to sit there and say da 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 da. I see. I don't really care. However, what I do care about is that you realize there's a reason we want to defund the IRS. Because the IRS has been specifically telling you that as long as we make you believe and harass you, including decipher our control over you, we have a right to your money because we are collectively irresponsible going to threaten you until you give it to us, and we're going to sorry if I'm like psychologically pissing anybody off, but we're going to literally, like what they say, step on people's toes, and if it's female, they're going to go do fellatio aspects and further enticement to get these individuals to sign off on theft. See, when they steal money out of your accounts and they take money out of your accounts and they all this shit, Whether it is legal or not, it is theft. Grand theft. Grand theft. Now, if you work for the IRS, I know you hate me, absolutely fucking hate me. But if you actually know what the IRS does behind closed doors, maybe you would actually understand that the only reason that any of you have any money in this fucking country has a lot to do with the individuals who you've taken it from. Well, all the taxpayers pay taxes to the IRS. You know where those taxes should go to? Well, I know I'm one of them because I actually embarked on making sure that the world economy didn't collapse for y'all to sit there and make and pass judgments upon me. And the minute that you guys got accessible to potentially, how much was it? How much were the stimulus checks worth potentially to every person? See, every person had the potential of earning. No, every person had the potential of potentially receiving up to $6,000 a piece in the event they needed it and their income brackets were under a certain level. I didn't say they were gifted up to 6,000. I said they had the potential of obtaining it. And the reason being was more like when you look at a savings account, that savings account is there just in case you need it, or just in case, like, some people use a savings account to take themselves on vacation so they don't lose their fucking mind to prevent insanity from happening, or insanity? Anyways, I could regurgitate all kinds of verbatim. It doesn't really fucking matter. You don't believe the damn thing I say. But that's the reason why I say defund the IRS. Because they're too busy sitting there saying it's me, my, it's mine. Well, if everybody says it's mine and nobody earns it, then the person who's earned it literally loses it. No, see, I invested it, expecting it to have a return. I didn't expect you to pay it back. In fact, I didn't tell you had to pay it back. But in the event you actually know where it came from, you should desire to pay it back. And why? Because of the simple fact that that came from somebody's hard earnings of which they call their life's worth. My life's worth funded the entire embarkment of the world not collapsing financially. But that wasn't good enough when I started establishing myself during being homeless and broke, mind you. During being homeless and broke, mind you, my artwork was worth over $6 trillion itself. Just my artwork. And I had tons of different embarkments of, investments and ideas and ideologies and actual physical proof. Like paper-wise proof of things I was putting together, including a casino, designs, artwork, songwriting, scripts. Like, you have no idea the shit that y'all took from me. Unless you actually took it from me, and then you know how much it's worth. Why? Because you probably went out and sold it. The difference between me and you is that when I gave y'all my fucking worth, that wasn't good enough. You had to take out everything that I was establishing for myself again. And I have literally reestablished myself an obscene amount of times. So no wonder I don't want to reestablish myself financially. Why? Because you're just going to take it in the end, and then what am I going to fucking have done? Watched you guys take it and enjoyed being screwed again. That would mean that you're savage and you're angry and you're jealous and you're envious and you're just pissed off because everybody took care of it and took advantage of it. See, if everybody took care of it, I would have everything in my name, everything in my honor. You would respect me. You would acknowledge the simple fact of my conditional, not, but my actual vertitude of some of the individuals who care about me and love me, having put shit in my name, having have sat there and handed it to me, rather than squandering the fact that they're managing it. I have no manager. I am my own person. I am my own agent. I am my own manager. If anybody incorporates themselves to be my manager or my agent, they obviously need to get bitch slapped until I have the ability to deal with them financially in an aspect of not suing them, but putting them in cuffs, of which my officers will do at my statement of expectation, upon with who. See, you think it's funny. You think that I am not telling you the truth, but those officers work for me. My money stabilized the entire world economy, which means that every one of them work for me. The only reason that y'all haven't got caught in your fucking bullshit that you've done is for the simple fact that you believe you're untouchable. Well, nobody knows. We swore them to secrecy. We paid them off. We told them to shut up. So Earth don't shut up. Jesus don't shut up. God don't shut up. And so do the angels. They don't shut up either. See, we deal with things that you can't comprehend because you deal with things on a level of comprehension that you understand here on Earth. There's many different levels of communication you're not aware of. So whether nature or animals or earth or technology or anything takes care of it, everything comes to a foot, everything comes out, everything will make its surface of knowledge. Everything's already been done. You're not doing things, you're not reinventing the wheel, you're merely acquiring your theory of what you've accomplished based off of what you've been either able to connect with the money that you've had access to, or the money that you've stated that you've made. Well, I express that I spend my time and invest my time for a job that pays me by the hour. Well, no shit, but hookers get paid for an hour's time's worth, and do they ever get the recurrements or reimbursements of all the bullshit that they put in? Do they have insurance upon their work? No, they don't. See, no matter how you spin it, y'all are just a bunch of hoes to whatever job that you have to do or have to obtain or have attained to do a job to receive money from. But that would mean that we're all a bunch of sluts for the companies we work for. Well, you can look at it that way, or you can look at it as an investment. You're all a bunch of assets in your careers, or you're a bunch of assets to firms that actually should have the desire to go back to what pensions used to be, because pensions took care of you when you took care of the company. That didn't mean that you lied for the company. That mean you actually did your fucking job. You did work, real reputable work, which is what the old-fashioned ways of pensions were to be acquired by. Y'all made a mess of everything. Everything. Y'all have made a mess of everything. Absolutely fucking everything. And you've blamed all the individuals who are trying to actually make America great again. The whole MAGA movement, Make America Great Again. See, I'm very much a firm believer in the fact that they have the ability to make America great again if you get the fuck out of their way. You don't like them because they actually want to make America great again. Well, if you don't have, no, how do I say this? If you have a problem with America becoming great again, you think that it is meant to be a racist, bigotry type of existence, then you're the problem. So you want to sit there and say you're going to leave this country if it becomes great again. Why? See, the wall's being built for me. You didn't know that, obviously, because you don't know nothing. But do I sit there and put that in a position? No, I actually sat there and told you that out of entrusting that you understand that the wall being built was not to be disrespectful and say you couldn't come to America. It's so you came through the motherfucking front door in the aspect of actually asking to come in, rather than insinuating you had a right to come in just because you fucking made it to the front door. But some people make such a travel to get here. Well, no shit. But when I go to another fucking country, they expect me to know their language, they expect me to know their customs, their traditions, their cultures. And a lot of other countries' traditions, cultures, and expectations are shit. Now, if you have a problem with that, I apologize. However, I'm trying to get Americans to understand that they are very selfish. They are very egotistically, very much brats. They believe that as long as they fucking created the money to make it, they deserve to fucking buy it, and because they bought it, therefore it's theirs. And that is true. But they never look at it as an investment. They're just consumers. They just want to consume, 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 and not give a fuck about where that trash goes. Not give a fuck about the individuals whose hands went into making it. When you look at produce, and I said I was getting off, but I said I was going to get off of here, but this is so much more fucking important. The vertitude behind this is so much more important. When you look at produce, what you see is what has been brought to that storefront, that market, that trading center. Wow, trading center. They trade goods for monetary value. It's called currency, usually dollar bills. And it should be dollar bills. Dollar bills are the United States dollar should be a very, very substantial currency. And the reason being behind it is because a lot of thought processing went into it. You don't know that because you don't do your fucking history, you don't do your research, and you don't know a damn thing. However, when you look at produce, do you look at it for the fact that it's just there and you have access to it? Or do you look at it, how did it get there? Who harvested it? How long did it take for it to actually grow? What region, which country, which embarkment of logistics did it come from? Do you look at all those things? No, you don't look at all those details. It's too fucking fathomizing for your brain to concept all those theories and all those theologies of the entrepreneurs that set themselves in a position to make sure you had everything you wanted, everything you needed. And as long as you have everything you wanted and you needed, then you are entitled to have an opinion and vote, and you believe your vote is mattering and counting. Well, it's supposed to count, it's supposed to matter, but you're too busy allowing these fucking digitizing of voting, which is fucking bullshit. Ballot paper ballots are very, very substantial, and the reason they're substantial is because it does not give you a chance to lie. But I've also seen specifically a electoral voting system where I voted change right in front of me. So I have the right to say that. I have the right to know that because I've actually had the experience to annotate that. I'm getting way fucking digressed off the fucking key point that I embarked on this. Y'all are selfish, egotistical brats. You think that because you have that money, you believe that you deserve that power. But money buys me what I want, and money buys anything I want. Money doesn't buy me. But then again, none of you want me, and the reason you don't want me is because you see me as competition. Well, no shit, no wonder. No freaking wonder. See, if you can't buy something that you want or buy something that you feel is competition, obviously money can't buy everything. Man, something to ponder, something to think about. But she's like, not even, she's single. She doesn't even have a boyfriend. I don't need a fucking boyfriend or a husband to complete me. And in all reality, if you knew more about me and you've been through and walked through my life with me, you would know a lot more than you think. See, I'm actually through the process of time. I have a lot more details about me that y'all don't know. A lot of secrets that you will never fathomatize being actuality. Because you're too busy trying to sit there and say, but this and this and this and this and this, because you've seen certain parts of it, or you've been involved in certain parts of it, or because you believe the next fucking person, the next average Joe that said something. You don't have to believe a fucking thing I say. But when it comes down to it, the only reason that y'all have your freedoms still intact to this day, and I fucking make no apologies for it. I'm very, very upset with some of my concerns and my gifting of making sure that it stayed that way, because I'm a bit pissed off how y'all have treated me. However, with that being said, y'all would not have those freedoms still in place. Y'all would not have those speculations and annotations of knowing what your freedoms are and messing it up for you. See, you believe you're never going to get caught with some of the things you do. That's your choice. That's your thinking. That's your stupidity. And I do mean that's your stupidity. Everything comes out in the end. But if you think you're going to sit there and put and attach a bunch of shit to me that is actually not connected to me because you want to sit there and say, well, we've got to figure out a way to fucking get over her and take advantage of her and screw her. No, you already all fucking did that. You took every fucking penny I had. I have no pennies left. You happy? Does it make you feel fucking powerful? Does it make you feel statized into your embarkment of what you believe being a fucking American is, or being a person, or existing on this planet is? Oh, wait a minute, but I don't exist on this planet because I'm in a spaceship outside of this world. You are ignorant as fuck if you think you're going to get away with everything you've gotten away with. They are ignorant as fuck. But what it comes down to is I know my truths. I got no reason to lie to you. I don't benefit from lying to you. And why the fuck would I incorporate any involvement in wasting my breath to lie to you? I'm not Kamala Harris. I don't sit there and lie to the American people about all the bullshit that she did. She sits there and says it's funny and it's hilarious to sit there and say, well, I'm going to have, and she never did, but she wanted to have the mother, the grandmother, and the daughter and the granddaughter vote. Yet she was the person who whored me out when I was little. And then, because I was a genius and could fathomatize being smart beyond her proportioning of thinking and beyond her proportioning of deserving, she had me raped brutally, beaten brutally, and left for dead in the desert. So I'm sorry if my opinion on your self-worth is irrelevant and your opinion on my self-worth is irrelevant. However, the only reason I still exist to this day was because an alien, and you think they don't exist, they actually do. See, an alien giving its whereabouts of logistical embarkment with him coming from outer space and getting them to know where I was is the only reason that I'm still here to this fucking day. But you want to sit there and say, I cannot believe that Trump took the vote away from Kamala Harris. You know, she fights for women's rights. What fucking women's rights did she fight for me on? What fucking women's rights did she fight for me on, let alone little girls' rights? See, Black History Month is not about black ancestral lineage. It's about the fucking black history culture that they brought to America when they invaded us the first 3 fucking times. When they've actually invaded us, what, 4, maybe 5 times now? I don't hate Africans. I hate those who invade us. And I hate those who invade us with the specific reasons of taking advantage of our fucking systems in place. Why? Because they believe they have every fucking right to take every penny they want. As long as they insinuate fucking putting the right people in place to deal with us. Well, here's what I got to say to them. You motherfuckers should have never fucked with me. You should have never fucking hurt my children through CPS. You should have never taken my kids through the judicial system. You should have never fucked with the true queen, the fucking queen of this land, and the queen of international fucking waters as well. But you did. The only reason I haven't fought back is because I'm waiting for y'all to screw yourself, and you done did that. The difference is I don't have to fight my battles now. My battles are fought for me. Through everybody speaking their piece, telling their truths and not lying. Because what does a lie do? A lie makes you fucking irrelevant to me. That means anybody who tells you a lie is irrelevant? No. The type of lies that actually get people hurt and harmed. See, you think it's funny with what you're all doing. And those who have stolen my money. After I gave all y'all my money in the first fucking place to establish the fucking world trading system. Further, let me clarify. To establish the world trading system to further, y'all still took my shit. But you sure as hell hit it through transactions of discrepancies and decision making. I mean, even some of the decisions that you made were not technology based. Yet the earth, Jesus, God, the angels, and now the demons are now pissed off. See, demons no longer believe in satanic valuations and value. But you guys want to interpret shit all you want. You're not the person that they want to actually earn their wings back by having asked Jesus to sit there and give them the ability